Hi, welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be talking about Google NotebookLM and also how to combine that with a large language model like ChatGPT. So as you can see, I'm in Google now and I've typed in Google NotebookLM here, and what I'm going to do, you can come in through here or you can come in through here. So I'm actually signed in, so I'm just going to go sign in here like that, and then I'm going to create a new notebook. And then the information that you need to give it, you can give it links, paste text, website information, YouTubes, documents, slides, etc. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste. I've actually created a blog post here about CRAFT, which is a framework that is used to create prompts for large language models. And I've asked ChatGPT here. I've actually created a GPT which I'm using to create a blog post. But here's my prompt that I'm using, which is, please write an in-depth 1200 word blog post explaining what the CRAFT framework is and how to get the best results when using it. Create prompts from LLMs. Also, please act like a prompt engineer with years of prompting experience and give your input in how to improve the framework for better results. If you need more than 1200 words to write the information, that is totally fine. Please deep dive into this and give some really useful content. So it's created this blog post for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just paste this blog post straight into Google Notebook. What I'll do is I'll press Control A, or you can press Command A, and I'm going to press Control C or Command C, and then I'm going to go over now to here, and I'm just going to press paste, so copied text. So I'm just going to pop it in here like this, and then press Control V or Command V and insert, and then that just pastes the information here. And it just gives you a basic run through of what we've got here. And I'm going to generate a podcast. So I'm just going to press generate here. And it will take a few seconds to do this. And you can create mind maps, audio overview, add notes or more information. But what I'll do while it's waiting, I'll actually go back over to ChatGPT here. And we'll have another look at this. I'm going to create this as a blog post and I'll put it on my website, and in this YouTube video I'll actually leave the links etc. to it. So what I'm going to do is, once we've created the audio, which is the podcast, I'm going to download it as a WAV file, and then I'm going to upload it and add it as extra content to the blog post. But with ChatGPT or any large language model, they hallucinate. So all the information that you're given here, it's good to actually put into something just to make sure that the information is correct, because unless you actually check it, you're not 100% sure. So popping it into Google Notebook also is a good thing, because you can check to make sure it's all okay, and you're actually giving the right information. Yeah, it shouldn't take long. What we'll do, we'll go back to Google now and we'll have a little look. So it's just generating it here. And so basically what it's done, out of the whole of that 1200 word essay, it's given the provided text outlines the CRAFT framework, a structured approach for prompt engineering designed to optimize interactions with large language models. This framework breaks down effective prompts creation into 5 key components: context, role, audience, format and task, each crucial for guiding the LLM to generate precise, relevant outputs. The source further explains how to effectively implement these elements, offering advanced tips and granular control and suggesting potential enhancements to the framework, such as incorporating style constraints to achieve even better results in various applications. Ultimately, mastering CRAFT is presented as an essential skill for anyone seeking to leverage LLMs for high quality content generation and complex tasks. So yeah, you can save to note, so we can do that. That's saved there now. Mind map, so generating a new mind map as well. And then obviously the audio overview. So this is the audio overview here. I could because it's on a YouTube video, obviously there's not going to be a lot happening visually, but I can let you have a quick listen to the podcast. And as I say, I'll put it onto my website anyway, but you can have a listen to it and just see what it sounds like. I'll just quickly turn off my microphone so you'll hear it better, okay?
So if you've ever, wrestled with a large language model like ChatGPT, Claude, those tools, trying to get it to do something really specific. You know that feeling,
Oh,
right?
no, definitely. That frustration.
Exactly. It's like you're trying to have this detailed conversation, but the other side just isn't quite getting your main point. You ask for, say, a blog post, and what comes back is just kind of generic.
Yeah, or inconsistent, just not it.
Not it. So the big question is, how do you bridge that gap? How do you get from your great idea to the AI actually producing something that matches it? Okay, so today we're diving into something designed for exactly this problem, the CRAFT framework. It's basically a structured way to talk to these LLMs to do prompt engineering that helps you get really precise, high-quality results.
That's the goal.
Yeah, this deep dive is all about unlocking that potential, moving past the vague stuff to get the content you actually need. And we think CRAFT offers a really clear way, an actionable path to do that.
And we've really dug into insights here from a very seasoned prompt engineer. We've distilled the core ideas, the advanced stuff too, behind the CRAFT framework. Okay. So you won't just understand what crafty is, but more importantly, why it's so effective, and crucially, how you can actually apply it yourself to get those accurate, creative, really purpose-driven results.
Perfect. So let's lay out the blueprint then. CRAFT, it's an acronym, CRAFT.
Right.
Stands for context, role, audience, format, and task. And each part kind of builds on the next, making the whole instruction much stronger for the model.
Exactly.
So let's start with C, context. Think of it like setting the scene for a play. It's the stage directions.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's about giving the AI all that essential background info so it gets the what and the why behind your request.
Precisely. Context frames the whole environment the model needs to grasp. And here's something I learned the hard way, actually. Yeah, if you don't give it explicit real-world constraints, things like budget, time limits, maybe specific compliance rules, the LLM can just confidently create something brilliant, but totally useless in practice. It's like asking for a bridge design and getting this amazing, beautiful structure that couldn't possibly span a real river because you forgot to mention that part.
Okay, point taken. So include the real stuff.
Yes. Constraints, prior knowledge it should assume, maybe the industry tone, specific project goals. Like, for example, you are helping a content marketer create a high-performing blog post on personal finance trends in 2025. That gives it a world to operate in.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Sets the stage, avoids impossible.
So what I'd actually do if I was creating that podcast and I wanted to make sure that ChatGPT or any other large language model wasn't hallucinating, I'd get lots of different sources of information. As an example, I'd go to Google, I'd type in CRAFT framework, and then I'd probably use Wiki and lots of other places just to get the information. And then I'd pop it back into here, adding the information here, and then it would generate the podcast using all the information and making sure that it hasn't actually hallucinated. So that's how the best way of actually doing it. There's no point just putting one article in that's been done by ChatGPT. It's better to get all the articles together and make sure that whatever's written, it will work it out and it will let you know the true information. And then here we have the mind map as well. So you've got the mind map here, which is all set up, which you can use. So it will generate all the information about that. And also, if we come back again, oh, hang on, if we just go back in again, sorry. Yeah, and then, so that's the mind map. And then we've got the text here as well. But yeah, so that's how I do it anyway with blog posts. That's the best, what I find is the best way of actually making sure that ChatGPT isn't hallucinating. But if you're interested in learning more about CRAFT or you don't know about CRAFT, I'll leave a link in the description. You can go over to the blog post and have a listen to the rest of this podcast if you want and see what you think. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much.